Here I am taking the first method through which we'll learn how to calculate the different aggregates of domestic product and national product. It is a very simple method. What are the possible questions from this method? The first possible question, he may ask you the steps of the method. Second, the precautions in the method. And third, you may get a numerical where he may ask you to calculate any of the aggregates. So first we are going to practice the numerical. If you are going for the numerical in income method, so here in this method what we do, we calculate the domestic product and national product by calculating the income generated in the economy. So the first income generated, which already we discussed, by the labor, that is called COE. So when you will go for the numericals, either you will get COE as an item. If you have been not given COE as an item, then you will be given the two components of COE. One is called wages and salaries. Another is called provident fund, or we call it social security fund contribution by employer. The very important here, when you are going to take COE from the item given, you have been given item. Among the item you have to trace out COE where. Either COE will be given completely, just pick the amount and enter here. If it is not given completely COE, then you will be given wages and salaries. Take the wages and salaries among the item, and then look into the provident fund contribution or social security contribution by the employer. But here you are supposed to be very careful, because in many questions as a twister, you will be given this contribution by the employees. Don't add it, because COE includes only the payment made by the employer. So you should read the items very carefully. Sometime in panic, you doesn't read the item carefully. You have seen the social security contribution straight away. You have added with wages and salaries and you picked up COE there. So whenever the social security contribution is given, you have to look very carefully by who that money is contributed. If it is contributed by the employer, then you add it. If it is contributed by the employees, don't touch it. If COE is given, you are not supposed to look here. Suppose COE is given and this is also given, and you have added with COE, you have done a double counting because it is already inside the COE. COE is given, wages and salary is also given. You have taken COE plus wages and salary, again double counting. So please look at the items very carefully, and once you get the COE, put the value here. Okay? After COE, then you have to work on operating surplus. What is operating surplus? Operating surplus is equal to rent plus royalty plus interest plus profit. In some questions you will find royalty is not given. If not given, forget about it. So if rent is given, take it. Royalty is given, take it. Interest is given, take it. Profit is given, take it. And add all these four and get the operating surplus and enter the value here. If profit is not given, then he will give you further three components of profit. That already we discussed. What are the three components of profit? First is corporate tax, second is dividend, and third is corporate savings. Corporate tax is also known as profit tax, and corporate saving is also known as undistributed profit. So if profit is not given, then you have to look for these three items. And once you get these three items, add it. What you will get? Profit. Put the value of profit here and add interest, royalty and rent, get operating surplus and put this value there. But at the same time, if you have been given profit in the numerical, along with profit you have been given undistributed profit also. So in this case, if you add this undistributed profit in profit, what will happen? Double counting. So if profit is given, no need of looking into these items. If he is giving these items along with profit, he is making you to make the mistake of double counting and you will not get the right answer. So if profit is given, no need of going to this. Simply pick up the profit amount, interest amount, royalty amount, rent amount and add it, get the operating surplus. On the other hand, if royalty is not given, simply take rent From the numerical, interest and profit, add these three, get the operating surplus. You will reach here. Now you got COE, you have got operating surplus. Now look into the numerical where the mixed income is given. That is sometimes written income of self-employed. In some numericals you will find stately you have been given mixed income. In few numericals you will find it is written income of self-employed persons. So both are same. If it is given, put the value here. If it is not given, then take only COE and OS. It is not necessary that every time you will be given in the numerical MI. Many times in the numerical MI is not given. So simply you have to pick COE and OS. And if MI is given, well and good. And add these three, what you will get? NDP at FC, net domestic product at factor cost. Why? Because in this COE is there? No. You have not added among these depreciation is there? No. So when you have not taken depreciation, what you will write? Net. Right? You have taken COE, OS, MI. Where it is generated? Within the country, that's why I call it domestic product. Have you taken net indirect tax? No. When you have not taken net indirect tax, what you will call it? Factor cost. And once you reach to NDP at FC, then you can move to any aggregate. In the exam, the question was calculate GDP at MP using income method. Calculate GDP at MP using income method. First, what you will do? You will calculate COE. Then what you will calculate? OS. Then what you will calculate? MI. Then what further you will do? You will add these three. What you will get? NDP at FC. And now from NDP at FC you will move to GDP at MP. How? You have to convert net into gross plus depreciation. Domestic. Factor cost into market price plus net indirect tax. Done. If suppose he is asking you to calculate GDP at FC. So first you will calculate NDP at FC. Then net into gross plus depreciation. Domestic, factor cost, done. If you have been asked to calculate national income using income method. First what you will do? COE, OS, MI. Add them, what you will get? NDP at FC. Now NDP at FC converted into NNP at FC. How? Domestic to be converted into national. How domestic can be converted into national? Plus net factor income from, and you have calculated national income. So whenever you have been given income method for calculating any aggregate of domestic or national product, the first work is to calculate COE. Then second step is to calculate operating surplus. Third step to calculate mixed income. Add these three variables, what you will get? NDP at FC, and from NDP at FC you can calculate any of the aggregates of domestic product and national product. This is how we calculate domestic product or national product using income method. Now moving to the second method, that is called product method. Second method is product method. This is also known as value added method. In product method, what we do? First we calculate the value of output. First what we calculate? Value of output. Now the question is how we calculate the value of output. I will give you a simple example. Suppose you have been given a question that there is 20 kg of tomatoes, and the price of per kg is 2 rupees. What is the value of tomatoes? 20 into 2, rupees 40. So how you calculate the value of tomatoes or output? Price into quantity. Same is here. How we calculate the value of output? P into Q. If you have been given 5 items, and their quantity is given and the price per unit is given, and you have been asked to calculate value of output, what you will do? In each case you will go for P into Q, and once you calculate the value of each output, you add it, you will get value of output. The first way of calculating the value of output is P into Q. Second way, if you have been given a situation, a firm throughout the year makes the sale of rupees 500. A firm throughout the year makes the sale of rupees 500, and in the firm's stock the available material value is rupees 200. So what is the total value of output? Total sales 500 plus what is available in the stock 200 is equal to 700. So how I calculated value of output? Sales plus what is available in the stock. And how we check the stock? We do closing stock minus opening stock, or what we call it, change in stock. So another way of calculating value of output is sales plus change in stock. Once again I am repeating it. A firm's total sales during the year is given to you 500, right? And in its stock, how you calculate the stock? Closing stock minus opening stock. Material available worth rupees 200. So what is the total value of output? Total sale 500 plus what is available in the stock 200 is equal to 700. So value of output can be calculated by two ways, P into Q or sales plus change in stock. So what type of numerical possible? In the exam you may be given sales by the firm and the closing stock of the firm and closing opening stock of the firm is given. So what you will do? Sales, and then what you will do? Closing stock minus opening stock, change in stock, add it, you will be reaching to value of output. And then from value of output, what we will do? What I said earlier, value of output means value of only final goods or all type of goods? It is all type of goods and services. And in national product and domestic product, we include the value of only final goods. So from here, we will subtract the value of intermediate goods, that is called minus intermediate consumption. Once you do so, you might be still remember that in value of output, what are the components for there? IC, COE, OS, MI, depreciation, net indirect tax. Only I removed IC. It means depreciation is there, what we call it gross. COE, OS and MI, these are the income generated within the country, what we call it domestic product. Net indirect tax is still there, only we have subtracted intermediate consumption, so at market price. And once you reach to gross domestic product at market price, then you can calculate any of the aggregate. Suppose in the exam you have been asked to calculate national income using product method or value added method. First what you will do, you will calculate value of output. How? Sales plus change in stock or P into Q, whatever the items given to you. And then from value of output, what you will subtract? Intermediate consumption. What you will get? GDP at MP. And from here you have to go to national income. What we call national income? NNP at factor cost. How? Gross to be converted into net minus depreciation. Domestic product to be converted national product plus net factor income from abroad. Net factor income from abroad. And market price into factor cost minus net indirect tax. This is how you go through the product method. Now the question is why it is called value added method. See, when you are saying the value of output, suppose the output is curd, right? The output is curd and the value of curd produced is rupees 500. And what is the raw material in producing curd? Is milk. Now the question is, what is the value of milk which is used in producing curd? Suppose the value of milk is rupees 300. So a farm or a shopkeeper purchased the milk of rupees 300 and converted into a curd which value is rupees 500. So this is the value of output. And this is the milk used in production. This is the called intermediate consumption. Intermediate consumption means use of the goods in producing the goods. Now, how much value is added by him? He purchased the milk of rupees 300, converted into curd, and how much value is added by him? Rupees 200. So when we do value of output minus intermediate consumption, that is called value added also. So in the place of domestic product, you can use the word value added. So don't get confused during the board exams. If we have been asked to calculate gross value added at market price, means same gross domestic product at market price. There is no difference between domestic product and value added. And that's why this method is also called value added. Again, I am repeating, value added and domestic product doesn't have any difference. So that's why if you have been asked gross domestic product at market price, or you have been asked to calculate gross value added market price, altogether it is same. So this is all about the product method. Thank you.